Well, I'm so excited to welcome you all here today to our club leaders and Texas Youth in Government Back to School Fall Launch. All the officers and myself are here on the call today, and we're all really excited and really looking forward to this upcoming year. So, here are the state officers. My name is Preston Lee. I am your youth governor. Joey, Ethan, Matthew, Giselle, Jasmine, Spandana, and Eliza are all here, and we are all looking forward to this upcoming year. I see some clapping emojis. So I'm really excited, and I hope you all are really excited. Thank you guys for trusting us for this upcoming year, and we are really looking forward to all of the things that are happening. Alrighty, next. Okay, so a little bit about who we are. This is the YMCA Youth in Government through Texas. This is a national program active in 40 different states. The first Youth in Government program actually took place in New York in about 1936, and we are one of the largest programs across our country. We are a very large group with over 2,500 teams, volunteers, and statewide people statewide. So we are all really excited and thankful to have a program so big. So thank you all for coming to join us this year as we celebrate our 78th year here in Texas of Youth in Government. And so today we all wanted to come together as an officer team and alongside with all the leaders across our state to just give you guys insight on what's going on as we get close to the countdown on Friday when all the resources and information drops on August 30th. We're all really excited, and we wanted to have this meeting today to just issue things out to you all. So things about what it means to be a YG club leaders, demonstrating leadership across your programs, ensuring that everyone in your program feels welcomed and ensures that they have the resources that they need from the beginning when they step into the program until they leave the program or when they present at our competitions. And so most importantly, just making sure that you all are doing your regular club meetings, ensuring that you all are giving them resources, helping people practice, whether no matter what section you're in, ensuring that everyone is practicing and preparing for our competitions that are coming up. And also, we really want to ensure that as we go into this year, we're all reminded of YG is nonpartisan, but also remember our four core values: respect, responsibility, honesty, and caring are the major parts of who we are as a program. And we want to ensure that that remains the forefront over this next year and through the future of youth in government. And so, as again, what does it mean to be a YG club leader? How do you help your program members get to district and state? So, just remember and reminding each and every one of you on here, whether you're a club leader or not, always remember that in order to get to state, you must compete at district, you must advance from district, you must compete well in order to get to our state convention. Always, I hope that you all are know, and if you don't, there's always support from your local YMCA's. Each district has a district director and also has resources for so many different things. And it's really great that we have district directors and people within different positions to where they can help us out through all the rest of the year. And then, as we stated, August 30th is when all of our new curriculum and resources drop at 11 a.m. So we offer annual program updates, things that are changing every year and every so often. And so these are our program sections in youth and government. We have legislative, state affairs, mock trial, appeals court, media, and we also have our officers and candidates. It works just as checks and balances. We all help each other. We all lift each other up while keeping the four core values at the center of the purpose and why we do what we do. And remember that no matter what's going on throughout the year, always go to our website if you have any questions. We have arrows pointed towards different things. So like sections has an arrow pointed to it. That's where you'll find all of your section resources, proposal topic list, bill writing information, cases, media assignments. And also we have a new section, help, where you can find so many different resources on inserting questions of how, if you have immediate questions, you insert those there. And we have great ways for you all to connect with us, but also connect with the program and ensure that you're keeping up to date with how things are going. So always check our website throughout the course of the year. And so here's a little roadmap that we have just to get you guys knowing what's going on. As we all know, registration and the program starts very soon. August 30th, September 1st, things are starting, and 12 weeks to district. So we're encouraging that you all are meeting weekly and just practicing with your sections, with your teams, ensuring that by the time you get to district, you're prepared and still in being able to accept the room for improvement, evaluations, and also knowing where your district conferences are. District conferences will be held on 2 weekends in November, November 9th, November 16th. So District 3's conference will be on November 9th, and then District 2 and 7, 4 and 5's conferences will be on November 16th. You have to register to attend district conference officially. So after you register for the program, you have to register for district conference. And then after district conference, you'll receive information on being qualified for state, and then you'll have different dates to register. December 30th to register and secure your spot for the state conference this year because of Kalahari. Remember that the state conference is not always guaranteed. It is based off of the performance at district. So this is why we are all heavily encouraging that you're practicing and moving forward and just improving your skills as we go through the year. And also when we get to state, we're always at the state capitol. Thankfully, we are able to use the resources at the capitol. Next slide, please. Reminding you guys of our amazing leadership opportunities amongst youth in government. We all always see the big positions of the state officers, but reminding you all that no matter what level of the program you're in, JYG, YG, remembering that there are so many different positions. You can always be a chair and a clerk, which helps improve debate and how things are going, which has a really important role. There's always the state officer positions, but we just wanted to show you this, and I hope that you all screenshot this page just to see the different resources and all the things that you can do in youth and government, all the leadership opportunities. Candidates. So as we move into we're going to start talking about the new section update things that are occurring. And so I'm just going to give you guys some information about this. So officially to run for governor, the requirements have been changed to where you would need 2 years of experience prior to the year of your running. So this would mean that freshman year, you would have to begin your journey in Texas youth and government. That is a requirement to run for governor. For judicial, the attorney general runner-up will become the county court judge. And then for media, if you are interested in becoming a part of the co-media editor-in-chief position, it is recommended that you express your desire. So throw your name in the hat, get your name out there in desire to be selected for the process. So ensure that you are just always doing your assignments, doing the things you need to do. So those are the new updates for governor candidates, judicial, and media. Back. You're going back the other way. So now for our section updates, we're going to have our amazing state officers take over. So Joey is going to go first to talk about the things that are happening in legislative.
All right, awesome. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Is it working? Awesome. I'm Joey. I'm going to be your lieutenant governor this year. And there's some quick changes that are going to be made to how legislative the legislative section is going to be run this year. And so probably the biggest change that's going to be made is how committee timing will be done. More specifically, like timing guidelines in regards to the district conferences. So in the past, there have been some issues where certain bills may run longer, leading to the bills at the end of the docket not having as much time to be heard during committees. So the guidelines surrounding timing on these bills being debated in committees will be stricter and will ensure that everyone who's presenting, especially at district conferences where much more limited in time, has an equal opportunity to present their bill and make sure everyone is able to be heard and voted on properly. As such, chair and clerk training manuals will be updated this coming year in order to just kind of lay out the new guidelines that are being added, so everything's up to date and all the chairs and clerks this year will be prepared for the district and state conferences. And then finally, there's going to be some changes to evaluation forms and how you're scored as delegates in the legislative section. Delegates will now be evaluated on like decorum in addition to previous criteria, and they'll be graded kind of on upholding Y core values in debate to ensure a respectful and conducive environment during our debate and making sure everything runs smoothly. That's all. So excited to be Lieutenant Governor this year and looking forward to a great year of YAG.
Reminding you guys, if you all have any questions or if there's anything, please put those in the chat, just so we can see what that way when we get to the end, we can answer questions. And Matthew for State Affairs.
Alrighty, thank you, Preston. Hi, all. My name is Matthew. I'm your SAF State Chair for 2024-2025. So for State Affairs, a couple of changes. Firstly, with the topic list. So this is probably one of the biggest changes is looking at, instead of having those specific topic lists, we're looking at broad topics now. So if you look at the previous topic lists and you see those headers within each section, that's what we're going to be working off of. The actual topic list will be released tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that when you're looking to see where what you're going to write your proposal on. But it's really great because then it allows for a lot of freedom to be able to choose what you'd like to work on. And for those of y'all that are unfamiliar, SAF is modeled off of CONA. So it kind of falls in line with CONA, the national conference a little bit more in the sense that you're able to choose and you have the liberty of choosing what your proposal is going to be on. So with that, of course, there are banned topics and topic guidelines. So those banned topics will be those that passed the GA last year. And then those topic guidelines, again, just to help delegates across the state with how they're going to form the proposals, but also keeping in note that within each delegation, you can have the same topic in that topic area, but you cannot have the same specific focus. So, for example, you could have two proposals that focus on economy, but you can't have both of them be on minimum wage, just to ensure that we have a diversity of debate. So that is our biggest change. Other than that, with evaluations, similar to LEDGE, we're going to add those Y core values. So in your evaluation sheet at the bottom for the proposals, they're going to include how well that delegate adhered to those Y core values. So we really want to make sure that those who win awards, those proposals that advance, those are delegates that are really great with adhering to Y core values. They're strong debaters, but they also debate with respect and all of that. And so that's what we're really looking forward to for this next year. So, and also with manuals and info, we did add a tips and tricks manual courtesy of Lindsay Koo. She's an alumni of the program. So super cool to just be able to have more information out there, make sure delegates are as prepared as possible in SAF, making sure everyone's well informed and being the most successful they can. So, and again, I'm really excited to be able to work with everyone for this next 2024-2025, I guess, season of youth in government. So super excited. Thank you, Preston.
And then candidates, I saw some people join, so I'll just go over that briefly. Again, the governor candidates have been required, a 2-year experience in the program is required. For media, we suggest that you throw your name in the hat for the media co-editor-in-chief position. Ensure that you're keeping up to date with your assignments and all the things that are going on, just to ensure that by the time it gets to the point of the selection, we know who to look for, the evaluators know who to look for. And also for judicial, the runner-up for attorney general will become the county court judge. And so I will hand it over to Jasmine and Giselle for the judicial updates.
Hello guys, my name is Giselle. I am your state attorney general this year. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the changes happening to trial court in specific. So there isn't too many changes, but our main one is that when you're calculating scores, we will also take into account the team that won the round. And that won't be based off of who the judge selects. It will be based off of who the evaluator chooses to win the round. So even if the judge favored toward one team and the evaluator favored toward the other team, we will go with what the evaluator has on the score sheet. So in the past, win or loss has not been accounted for in your scores, but this year that is something new that we are going to be taking into consideration. We'll also, as we do every year, going to be holding support sessions for you guys, and this will just especially will be helpful for newer teams to go over the different roles within trial court, as well as answer any questions that you may have. And yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you all for this year, and I'll pass it over to Jasmine.
Hey guys, I'm Jasmine, and I'm your Chief Justice for this season. For the appeals court section, there isn't that many differences this year. Again, we are keeping the brief requirements. You still have to submit those just because the research is such a big part of the appeals section. But they are still not counted at districts. So you'll get your feedback from districts, but they don't go into evaluations and your like ranks for district. But at state, they do matter. So before you go to state, you do have the opportunity to make edits after districts, take in those feedbacks, and then put that into your state submission. And that state submission is the one that will be scored when you actually compete at state. Similar to trial court, we also are doing the win-loss system to where the evaluator's decision on whether you win or lose is obviously more important than the student justice's decision at the end. And that's to help standardize all the scores between all the competitors and make it more fair. Additionally, similar to trial court, we'll also have support sessions. These will be on the same days as the trial court sessions, so you'll sign up for the same ones as the trial court section. Those dates will drop when the rest of the information drops tomorrow. But remember that to sign up for these support sessions, you have to register for the program first and then use that ID to register for support sessions. So just remember to do that, and then yeah, and then feel free to reach out to me if you have any additional questions.
And now for our media updates, Spandana and Eliza.
Sorry. Okay, so for media, by the way, I'm Eliza. For media, for new changes, we're not gonna include in-depth interviews for pre-district assignments anymore. So we're just gonna change it from 5 to 4 assignments. A lot of students were having a hard time finding like people to interview for the interview. So yeah, we're taking that out with no replacement. And the second thing is all of our pre-district assignments will be due on the day of, or will be due during district registration. So yeah, not the main changes, but yeah. And I will be passing it to Spandana.
Also, sorry, it's not district registration. They're due on the day of the district conference, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Conference.
I may have written that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. So make sure media section leaders, please keep your members on top of submission.
Yes. And as for state conference changes, last year we had a temporary change where we could only focus strictly on journalistic topics rather than having a mix of also fun topics in there. But we decided this year that you can focus on any topic rather than just strictly journalistic topics at conferences. But we'd like to keep it more professional for the pre-district assignments. And as Preston mentioned earlier, running for editor-in-chief, like they must state their willingness for the position previously, and this position is chosen by the previous editors-in-chiefs and section leaders, so it's different than other sections where you can run for it. Media is chosen by the previous leadership, and that should be it from us.
So those are our section updates and all of the different candidates and leadership opportunities. And so we're going to offer some just different tips of success, and any of the other officers who want to pitch in and say anything, please do. We want to ensure that knowing that by having club leaders in each of your clubs across the state helps ensure the betterment of everything across the state, from presentations to results that happen at conferences. So we just want to ensure that if you read here, we'll have different weekly updating for all students, having this ensuring they're completing early. They'll receive a weekly digest, registration, updating on all the things happening, and then statewide newsletters. So please ensure that you are keeping up to date with all of the newsletters that come out. Also ensure that you know that in your newsletters, you'll have your unique IDs in there as well. So keep track of how things are looking so through the year, keeping up to date, also checking our website. And then after state registration closes, newsletters that will come out will be directed towards those who are going to state. So please ensure that you're keeping up to date with all of the newsletters and the information that is being sent out. And then also a beautiful thing that's happening this year is our YG State interns, which we have every year, but this year they're having a more focus on us and they're helping us so much more. So this year, throughout the course of our YG year, YG interns will be hosting nights to help offer resources and just different opportunities. And so, like it says, examples: Mondays will be media, Tuesdays SAF, Wednesdays judicial, and Thursdays legislative. So you'll be able to log onto these Zoom calls and be able to reach out to YG interns and be able to help and answer any questions you maybe have throughout the course of your week, things going on within your clubs that you may need answers to. And also through that, we encourage that you all are doing fundraisers and reaching out to your local YMCAs for financial aid of all the things occurring for conferences, program registration, fees, ensuring that you all are reaching out to your YMCAs and staying in contact with them through the year. And then Jasmine?
Yes. So YG is very competition based, but we aren't just about competition. It's also about civic responsibility, right? And getting involved in your community and the things that you care about. So because it's election year, if you're eligible to vote, please do go vote. We don't care who you vote for. Just remember to make your voice heard and to make your impact on your country. There's also local elections going on, so it's not just a presidential election. So make sure that your elected officials know what you want. If you're not eligible to vote, you can still contact your representatives. Make sure they know what you want because you are their constituents, and so they should be working for you as well. And additionally to that, you should also help solve the issues that you're passionate about. Use the issues that you care about and use clubs like YG and other clubs or your own initiatives and actually begin solving those issues. And I promise you that people in power will take notice. So through YG, I really want to encourage y'all to go beyond just the competition, really engage with our government, with our elected officials, with your community to really create that difference and show that YG matters more than just, YG matters to you, your community, and the country.
And so here's a calendar at a year at a glance. There's multiple calendars that will be showed during this, but just to show you all how the process of the year works so that everyone understands. Right now we're in August, so we're having our fall launch, and then in September, program registration opens. Then October is district registration. November, the big thing is our conferences, and in December, state program registration opens. And so all through January, conference planning is occurring. Middle school state happens in February. Then our high school state conference happens in March. Nationals registration happens in April. And then as we go towards the summer, we have our GovCon experiences, Changemakers, and then Kona, and then NJC. So just knowing that all the things that are going on throughout the year, we encourage you all through YG to know about all the things going on with the YMCA and ensure that you reach out and look at resources and make sure you keep up with our newsletters because we are offering a lot of information about things happen, not just within Texas YMCA, but across our nation. So keep in contact with our newsletters. And then I encourage all the people on here to screenshot this. This is our need to know important dates. So I saw a question in the chat that had something about when would the judicial support be. All the information is here and calendars will be sent out at a certain point. But just so you all know that August 30th, program registration materials and candidate applications will open. Everything will open August 30th, which is tomorrow, actually, at 11 a.m. Everything will open so you all can have you can have launch parties at your schools, however you guys want to do that. But know that tomorrow at 11 a.m., everything about Texas YG will open. And so September 19th, we will have chair and clerk training from 5 to 6 p.m. And then we'll have an SAF Ledge Invitational on the 22nd. As I mentioned earlier, with our interns, we will have invitationals like that from 4 to 5. And then on the 26th of September, judge training from 5 to 6. And then judicial support on the 29th from 5 to 6. Leaving September and going towards October, our candidate campaign training will be from 5 to 6 p.m. I encourage all candidates who are running to please ensure that you are making this meeting. This is one of the qualifications, as always, to be a candidate. Please ensure that you are keeping up to date with all the deadlines in regards to campaigns. On the 4th of October, program registration closes. And then on the 5th of October, late registration opens with an additional $10 fee. So please ensure that when you are registering, you are following the instructions on ensuring you get the final confirmation. It all is listed on there, but please ensure that you remind, not only reminding you, but remind the people within your clubs, the people within your community and youth and government, remind them to follow the instructions to ensure that they are registered within the program officially. And then on the 13th of October, judicial support will be from 5 to 6. And then on the 20th, SAF and Ledge support. And then on the 20th, also, district conference registration will close. And on the 29th, registration will open with an additional fee. And so in November 1st, registration for district will close. And then on November 3rd, judicial support. On the 9th is the District 3 conference. And then the next weekend is District 2 and 7, 4 and 5's conferences. And then on the 18th of November, YG and JYG conference registration will open. So I encourage everyone to screenshot this page just to make sure you have all these dates to where you know what's going on. And yes. Again, just for the conferences specifically, these are our conference dates for middle school, high school, and through district conferences. So please, I encourage all of you to screenshot these and keep up with this, please. And then reminding you all that thankfully this year we've come up with a way to ensure that we can answer questions and all the things going on across Texas at one time. So we encourage you all to please contact us through anytime through our support form at www.ymcatexasyg.org/help. Through here, you can insert all of your questions, how urgent the response is, and we can get back to you as soon as possible. Also encouraging you all to follow us on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook at Texas YG Media, and follow our TikTok, follow us on TikTok. And so if any of the officers have anything to share, please do at this time. I see questions in the chat. If there are no questions. Thank you guys so much. Please ensure that you are all following up with our newsletters, information, and thank you guys so much for coming today. Hopefully you all are informed, and remember that August 30th tomorrow at 11, all the resources, everything will drop for Texas YG. So thank you guys so much.